The award for uber excellence in the realm of gaming, circa 1990, goes to the good folks at SNK who brought us the Neo Geo. Only people that had this you knew was nobody and drug dealers. It started off at $650 for the system. The games was $200, just to let you know. At this time, Nintendo was the best video game system in the world. It came out in 1985. So 5 years later, Nintendo's still running strong, putting games out. Matter of fact, they done put out the Super Nintendo, which was the next step up from 8-bit to 16-bit graphics. And then somebody decided, you know what? Let's just make an arcade game and put the system out. To give you context, Nintendo cost $149 for the Master System. The games was about $40 to $50. Like I said, Neo Geo was $650. The games was $200. You knew that you was in for a gaming experience when the controller was as big as the system. It defied. Was the graphics good? Yeah. Was it an experience? Yeah. But you ain't never gonna know. Look at it like this. The Neo Geo was the Lamborghini of video games. Very, very rarely did you see one. And if you did, you damn sure ain't own it. And probably ain't get to sit in it. But maybe you seen it. They had got to the point they start putting Neo Geos in the arcades, which is something from another time period where you go and spend money to play the top-notch video games. This video game was so good, you went to go play it there. And mind you, before the Nintendo, video games was basically tic-tac-toe with 3 sounds. It was just horrible. And for some real life reference, Nintendo came out in 1985. Man, I wanted it. Seemed like everybody I knew had one. Hey, you gotta go over your friend's house, you know who got it. Neo Geo was just something you heard about. Neo Geo was like a rumor. For real. But the Nintendo, I don't think I didn't get a Nintendo until sometime in 1988. Maybe it's 3 years after it came out. I remember the first game that we got was Friday the 13th with Jason. This was the greatest thing ever to happen, to get a Nintendo as a young man, because what you had before that, I remember we was playing Atari on a black and white TV, and you know, ignorance is bliss. It didn't dawn on me that the TV was black and white. It was different shades for everything. Everything had a shade of gray. You know, if you know, you know. But that's just to show you, I wouldn't get a video game maybe on your birthday and maybe for Christmas. So that's like twice a year you get a Nintendo game. So choose well. Don't beat that shit real quick neither. But Neo Geo was something else, man. Neo Geo was and it definitely was worth the money. But my God, if you had a Neo Geo, you probably had one of them little train sets that little Alfonso Ribeiro was riding around with Ricky from Silver Spoons on it in your house. If you had a Neo Geo, you probably, the feds was either busting your door down by the end of that summer, or you had a live-in maid. It was those two extremes. But shout out to the people from Neo Geo for never compromising, for pricing that joint like a mortgage payment for a cheap townhouse, and basically setting a trend that would never be followed again. But they stand alone in a class by themselves. The award for uber excellence to the people at Neo Geo.